This was my sermon that I preached in February of 1980 as a candidating sermon at Bethlehem Baptist Church. This text. My desire is to magnify Christ, make Him look good off my body, whether I live or whether I die. And the question I ask is, so how do you do it? By death. How do you make Christ look great in dying? Because that's what He says. My passion is that Christ would look terrific as I die in my body. I want that to be true of me. It's like R.C. Sproul used to say, I'm not afraid of death, I'm afraid of dying. And I know exactly what he means. I've seen so many tubes, so many gasps, so many blackened tongues and dry mouths and gaspings, let me die, that is a fearful prospect. And so how do you make Christ look great as you die? In verse 21 is the ground clause. For to me to live is Christ, and to die is gain. So just put the logic together now. I want Christ to be magnified in my body, in my death, for to die is gain. You see? I take it to mean that the magnification of Christ shines most brightly when I am able to experience death as the loss of absolutely everything but Christ and call it gain. If I can do that, if God grants me the sovereign grace at that moment to look into the eyes of my family and just get out one more word, gain. You know who's going to look great at that moment? Christ will look great at that moment. Because verse 23 says, to depart is far and away better because it's to be with Christ. That's why death is gain. So the logic of verse 20 and 21 demand that Christ is most glorified in my dying, when in my dying I am more satisfied in Him than wife, child, retirement, or another year without pain. That's what I learned from Philippians 1. So my answer to the question, how does God is the gospel relate to the glory of God, is this. God is the gospel says the supreme, ultimate, highest, final, decisive good of the gospel is God revealed in Christ for my everlasting enjoyment. And now I learn that when I do that, God is glorified. So His glory is magnified in my being satisfied in Him as the gospel.